The jig's up. But maybe you can save yourself by telling us about Travis. Where is he now?
Honestly, I was never one of his closest lackeys. This girl, Jillian, she called me to help him escape. I don't know where he might be, but be warned. He's clever. Very clever. When we first met, I tried to trick him and got my fingers burned. You better be prepared when you face him.
Fine. It was me who planned his escape. I owed it to him.
Did he force you to?
No, quite the contrary. We've been friends for years. I was still a girl when we first met. Didn't have my motorbike, nothing. But believe me when I tell you, I was fast as lightning on a normal bike. And he saw my potential. We spent a lot of time together in Apolloia City back in the day. And if there's one thing I can tell you about him, is that he has a good heart. Maybe you'll realize that when you meet him.
He was always a good customer, that Cole guy. I got to know him through a minion of mine. Don't know where he found him. Anyway, he always talked about a morally better world or something. Not all that interesting to me, but he promised me, let's say, free roam in his new world. And who am I to say no to a good deal? Anyway, you might want to check out the Maris Dam or Weeping Willow Ranch in the Gilree farming community. That's where we used to meet.
You know, Travis is not the only one who was wronged by the system. Not the only one wishing for a fresh start. My family, my friends, and not least myself are all victims of the current system.
Please stick to the topic and tell us about Travis.
I won't, because you are part of the problem. You allowed bribery to happen and justify it. You are part of the system that allowed racial profiling to be covered up. You are part of the demise of my family. You are part of the unlawful imprisonment of my friends. And this is all you'll ever be until you stand up for the people you vowed to keep safe.
We know where he's from. We know where he might be. But it's hard to tell what awaits us. On one hand, he seems to be quite powerful and ruthless. On the other, his motives might be genuine. We have to be careful.
I cannot express how proud I am of how far you two have come. With all his henchmen caught, it's only a matter of time before we get Travis Cole back as well.
Thanks a lot, Chief. It was quite the task, but we came through.
Just make sure you act quick enough now. Don't rest on your laurels. Cole is not in custody yet.
No need to worry. How much worse can he be than his comrades?
Don't take this lightly. And I'm not only talking about him, this is a high-profile case. The media are on us at all times now.
We'll handle the case properly. No need to worry, Major.
Whatever you do, please don't make a mess. If we don't do this right, the image of the whole PD will take a massive hit. We can't allow that.
Understood, sir.
trying to kill us? There's an old car over there. Seems abandoned. That can't be a coincidence.
What do we have here? What do we have here? What do we have here? An unfinished note? What do we have here? 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 This is definitely a clue, but I think there's something missing.
Looks like it's only half a message. And what about those wires?
The wires are barely visible. If they are placed at neck height and you walk into them...
Don't jinx it. We won't fall for his games. Looks like it'll be hard to get around here. Why not speed it up and use our drone instead? We can read the message as a whole now. What does it say?
I know about you and your past. Meet me at St. James Cemetery to learn the truth. Travis Cole. It reads like an invitation. While we've been chasing Cole around the area, he's been waiting for us at St. James.
We better not keep him waiting any longer. If he wants to get caught, let's do him the favor. The license plate says TC, as in Travis Cole.
That's his car, right there. Looks like he really is waiting for us.
Pretty bold of him.
Could still be a trap. Remember the things we found on the way here? We better be careful.
What are you doing there?
Just double-checking that it's Cole's car. Imagine what Major Capetta will do to us if we're wrong here.
With the press on our heels? He'd probably behead us on the spot. What are you doing there?
Just double-checking that it's Cole's car.
With the press on our heels? He'd probably behead us on the spot.
This is 1 Tango 10. We've located the fugitive Travis Cole and are about to attempt an arrest. We need reinforcements in case things don't go as planned.
This is dispatch. Understood, 1 Tango 10. Send me your location, and I'll have more units come your way.
We are at the St. James Church in Apaloya City. We're entering the churchyard and cemetery now.
Understood. Take care. Reinforcements are on their way.
See that? A tripwire. Don't step on.
Damn. And that's not the only one.
There you are. Took you long enough to get here.
For someone who was arrested for smuggling and money laundering, you're putting on quite the show. What is all this about?
You might not have noticed, but what you're accusing me of is the most harmless thing I've done.
Care to confess?
This might surprise you now. Yes, I'd like to confess a thing or two.
How come I don't think you're going to tell the truth?
Just you wait, officer. What I was doing is far greater than petty crimes. I was preparing for you, your PD, and the whole state to witness what has been in the shadows for too long. I need to show you all the sickness, the wrongdoing, and the corruption on which your precious state was built. And I'll start with you, Officer Marshall. Remember what I said about saints earlier? I was taking that quite literally. This is about Father Jonathan.
And you knew him too? How so?
I grew up in North Apollonia too. We were acquaintances.
How does he know where you're from?
I'm more interested in what you have to say about Father Jonathan. He couldn't possibly have done anything wrong.
Let me tell you a tale. There once was a priest who came to a poor neighborhood. Everyone loved him. He helped a lot and did God's work. But one night, the local kids argued with him. He tried to stop them from joining a gang. Little did they know that he would soon practice what he was preaching.
A demonstration? I bet not.
I assume he was preaching to stay away from gangs? What's the harm in that?
Father Jonathan always said they were dangerous and we could get ourselves killed.
And so he grabbed the gun from one of the boys and waved it around like a madman. And like the idiot he was, he pulled the trigger, a shot was discharged, and a boy was killed. And that's not all. He spread the lie that the boys were shooting at each other to save himself. He's no saint. He's a damned hypocrite.
Father Jonathan was heartbroken over the death of that boy. Why should I believe you?
Because I was one of the boys who survived that night. He was heartbroken, sure, but not over us or the death. I've seen it in his eyes ever since. He's a sinner, hiding behind a veil of lies. There's no saint in that parish. We were a sore sight to the police ever since. Gang kids like us weren't listened to. We tried over and over again, only to be shouted at and scared away by officers. Who can we trust if not those who have sworn to protect us? This whole state is irredeemably rotten to the core. Now that I've given you some food for thought, I'll take my leave. I've got one more thing to do.
Wait, you can't just... Thanks, Marsh. I thought I was done for. But what about Cole now?
I'll send someone else after him, don't worry. We'll stay here and take care of the others.
Please help me!
I'm stuck! Get me out! I can't get up!
What do we have here? And there I was, thinking the collection of explosives in the barn was big. What do we have here? Here's some wire from Cole's. What do we have here? Cole put mines. What do we have here? Did Cole just lose this? Or was it here before? What do we have here? These burn... Thank God you're here.
What can you tell us about the situation, officer?
A trap triggered an explosion. Some were injured as a direct result. Others were hit by flying or falling objects. I started providing first aid, but I didn't get too far. It's good you're here now.
Thank you for stepping in, officer. We'll get to work now.
Hey, are you all right? Are you injured?
Just a scratch. What do you need?
You have to chase down Travis Cole. He's on the run. We can't let him get away.
Got it. We're after him.
morning, Chief. How'd it go?
Unfortunately, the officers you sent after Cole weren't able to catch up with him.
There's something else you should see.
Cole was able to pull off one last act of desperation before he disappeared.
That's not all. He managed to publicize a list of the names of officers and politicians who have ever accepted or paid bribes.
Feels like it puts us all in a bad light. Why should people trust us if others were proven to be corrupt?
It's not all terrible, Officer Marshall. We must see it as a wake-up call. It's now our duty to rebuild trust. And I'm going to do that by rewarding your camaraderie and making sure I have good people in high positions. So, I'm promoting you, Officer Marshall, and your partner, Officer Cordero, to the rank of police captain.
What? Really? Thank you, sir.
The official ceremony is next week. Make sure you're wearing your dress uniform.
Hey, Marsh. How'd it go in there?
Nah, you're back already.
Not officially. But you know me. I'm not one to sit around doing nothing.
True. It's good to see you anyway. Got some news.
So? What is it? What'd they say?
There's good news and bad news. If you've seen the papers, you'll know the bad stuff already.
Yeah, who doesn't? Quite a mess that Cole caused. Too bad he got away. But what's the good news?
Both of us are in line for a promotion. With some bad cops outed, the chief wants the good cops in higher positions.
You're kidding. So we're the good cops, huh?
Apparently. Major Capetta didn't look too happy about it, though.
How come? Is he one of the bad cops, too?
I'm sure he's just having a hard time communicating with the media after all this. Sounds stressful enough.
Right. I wouldn't want to do that. Better we focus on our tasks now.
Let's do that. Can't wait to be back on the road with you. Who's paying you to play video games during working hours?
I'm doing research.
And your next undercover job is in an arcade hall? Should I ask the chief?
Go ahead. Tell him that I broke his high score.
Hello, Chief. Wanna chatter a bit?
Sure. What do you want to talk about?
Anything interesting going on?
Not really.
Hello, Chief. Wanna chatter a bit?
Sure. What do you want to talk about?
The military.
Sure. What do you want to know?
Well, how was it? Came back as an honored war hero?
Not quite. I left in the middle of an ongoing operation.
You deserted?
I talked with some people. We had an agreement.
Why did you leave?
Saw some things. Did some stuff I'm not proud of.
What kind of things?
Maybe another time.
Hey, Gary, can I ask you something?
Sure you can, Marsh.
How come you're always this, nice to others?
Well, I guess that's just who I am. I just want all of us to be friends here, like one big happy family. There's already enough sadness out there, don't you think? We shouldn't make life harder for us by disliking each other, don't you think?
Sure, we should try to be friends.
Exactly. I knew you'd understand. Us lot, we are one big family.
Sure, Gary. Hey, Gary, everything all right? You look a bit sad.
Yeah, it's just, well, today is the day, you know.
Oh, no, what's wrong?
Today is the day my father left my mother and me. That was 20 years ago.
Goddamn, I didn't know.
Nothing I brag about. Sometimes I wonder if he's the reason I want to be nice to others this desperately. Just giving others the feeling of being liked, you know? No matter how they treat me in return.
That's some really sad stuff.
You think so? It kinda motivates me. It makes me who I am.
That's nice for you. Hey, Jane.
Any more questions about my motivation as a cop?
As you're asking, any plans for the future?
Getting out of this hellhole. Being free. Doing whatever I want.
Sounds ambitious.
I have plans. I will make it.
Hey, Jane. Can I ask you why you became a cop?
Why are you asking?
Just trying to learn more about my colleagues.
Just turned out this way, I guess.
That's all.
Yeah, that's all. Not everyone wants to be a hero and all that stupid stuff.
About your plans for the future. Care to share some tricks on how to get there?
With a good Samaritan like you? No. Go make this world a better place.
Jane, is everything okay? You look kind of stressed.
Hey, Marsh. Yes, everything's alright. Nothing to worry about.
You can tell me, Jane.
No, I have to fix this on my own.
Hey, Jane, what about that, situation you were in last time?
I managed it. Everything's fixed.
Sounds suspicious. What did you do, Jane?
The Good Samaritan wants to know? No thanks.
Hey, Chief. Want to talk a bit?
Still interested in my military past?
Yes.
I thought as much. Listen, Officer Marshall. In the name of justice, sometimes the most notorious acts are committed. That's all you have to know.
Hey, Chief. Looking at those pictures again.
Yes, but this time it's my wife and my daughter.
Didn't know you had such a soft spot, Chief.
Just want to make this world a better place for them, you know? There is already enough cruelty out there.
Sounds like redemption.
It is.
Hey, Chief. Looking at those pictures again.
Yes, but this time it's my wife and my daughter.
Didn't know you had such a soft spot, Chief.
Just want to make this world a better place for them, you know? There is already enough cruelty out there.
Sounds good. So we finally got him, Chief.
Good job, Officer Marshall. But remember that being a cop isn't all about catching criminals.
It's not? What do you mean?
It's also about integrity. All of this is worth nothing if we become one of them while trying to stop them.
I understand.
Hello, Marsh. Caught a lot of criminals lately?
Yeah, a bunch of them.
Glad to hear. Keep up the good work. Hey, Marsh. Do you have a moment?
Sure.
Glad to hear. So, do you know anyone who can mind some cats for a weekend by any chance?
I don't, I'm afraid.
I want to leave the state for a weekend and visit the family, but I understand. Maybe I'll still find someone.
Hello, Bridget. Anything interesting going on?
Nah, not really. We were all just hanging around at home, watching TV and stuff.
Your cats and you?
Sure thing. They love it when the Discovery Channel is showing wild animals.
Sounds great. Hey, Bridget. Found someone to watch your cats for the weekend?
Sure did.
So, you and your husband left Kaminora for a few days?
Only me. I'm afraid he can't come with me on those trips anymore.
Oh, no. Is he ill or something?
Could say that, but no, Marsh. My husband left this life some years ago, you know?
Oh, I didn't... You always spoke about him as if he were still...
I know, but I still feel like he's with me, watching over me from time to time. Sounds silly, right?
Not at all.
I miss him, Marsh. Even with all the cats by my side, the rooms still feel empty.
Bridget,
It's okay. Life's not always easy. We just have to make the best of it. You have a heart of gold, Marsh. Don't let anyone take that from you.